FPE Film Commentary 1 by Jessica Isla. Crash, a film by Paul Haggis, 2004. From the moment Crash begins, you can immediately feel tension and experience intense emotions that for some are hard to even comprehend, and for others it's an everyday occurrence in their daily lives. Some of these emotions range from love and lust all the way to rage and betrayal. There are definitely controversial issues that arise and are evident in every subplot from the moment the movie begins. When you look at conflict specifically, you can see that it is a very central focus throughout this film. From the married couple whose problem stems from being pulled over and harassed, to the store owner whose problem stems from when his family store got vandalized due to a broken door and a miscommunication with a locksmith employee. In my opinion, the most prominent conflict in this film stems from racism. One example is when a white officer named John Ryan, whose racist perspectives on life lead him to act in very inappropriate ways. Officer Ryan starts by degrading a black civilian named Cameron Thayer and proceeds to grope Thayer's wife right in front of him, even when the officer knows that he pulled over the wrong car. It was clear that Thayer felt that he had no control over the situation, so he just stood there, helplessly, while he watched it all happen. Later that night, Thayer's wife furiously confronts him about the situation and basically tells him that he let the officer walk all over him at her expense. This conflict was the direct result of the officer's actions paired with a strong emotional reaction from both Thayer and his wife. Another element that is of great importance is context. I feel like everything in this film needs to be put into context. If you just take a scene from this movie, it might have an emotional effect or it might be an interesting part in the story, but in reality, it's just a snapshot of the situation. The audience can only fully understand what is going on if each of these subplots is put into context and the bigger picture is revealed. It's of the utmost importance to think about context, or at least think about how the context might be perceived to an audience. In a way, it opens up your eyes to a different world or environment that people actually live in or have to deal with. It is the context that gives action in the film emotion and meaning. An example of context is when you look at a snapshot of the store owner's unfortunate situation. He and his family lose everything when the insurance company doesn't cover their claim after their store has been ransacked and horribly vandalized. If this scenario weren't put into context, then the audience wouldn't fully understand what was truly the source of Farhad's rage and violent rampage when he stormed over to Daniel's house and accidentally shot his daughter Lara in the back. If you look deeper into the same subplot without context, the audience wouldn't understand why Farhad's daughter Dory seems at ease when her father tells her that he had just shot a little girl in the back because she had originally purchased blanks for ammunition with the hopes to do more good than harm. As Arnold, 2008, stated, audience members watch the screen in order to feel connected to something larger than their current lives. In both cases, conflict as well as context are two important elements that help make visual storytelling both believable and enjoyable to an audience.